my god. We got a lot to talk about. So hello and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a little bit, but this video needed to come out. It needed to come out. So the video today, what we got is that we have a little story that popped up about a few weeks, close to a week ago. Few days, close to a week. I didn't have a chance to get to it right away due to Thanksgiving. So let's have a look at what happened. What happened is that there were two streamers named Fedmeister and Pokimane. Fedmeister was actually part of a streaming group called Offline TV, but that same summer of this year of 2020, he actually got canceled by his own members of Offline TV. But the main name that really came up a lot was Pokimane. During this week, Fedmeister had a document that was actually leaked, which is very long, 25 pages worth of information, and this information has really changed the tide of the whole situation 100%. I actually got a chance to get the document before it actually got removed. I don't know how it got removed or who got it removed or whatever, but Fed actually made a response to this because this actually was a leak, not a post that Fed made. So he was talking about the document was actually getting leaked by somebody he actually went for advice and support for. And then I scrolled down to the bottom of the whole document that he read for his response to the document. He said, "Please respect our privacy and avoid further sharing and discussing this leak, as it's a gross invasion of privacy. I regret it that it was made public." Let me just say this. His own group canceled him out for stuff that probably didn't even fucking happen in the whole situation, and it literally just got flipped on its head. So if I was in this situation, I would have just said, okay, I need to put my story out. I need to get my story out, all right? My part needs to get out there because there can't just be one side of the story. There needs to be multiple sides of the story. We will see what actually happens, because if there's only one side of the story, well, good luck to the other person, to the other side. It's not going to be good for the other person. And that's pretty much what happened to Fedmeister, because he kind of just left the internet completely after that. After the whole situation happened in summer, he completely left the internet. So anyways, let's actually start and have a look at this document. So let's read the statement on why even Fed made this document in the first place. "I want to defend myself where possible, just giving context to things I felt were necessary for my peace. I'm sober and in therapy. I have learned a lot about myself and my issues. I'm working very hard to address what causes these issues. My relationship with Pokimane was a lot more complicated than we were just close. I didn't try to manipulate our friends to get them to hate Poki. Poki's relationship with just friends was professional, and she used me as a scapegoat for not forming friendships with them. She isolated herself from them. I told some friends we had a thing, and I felt like I was being honest. However, I was wrong because I broke her trust and privacy. I never tried to get Yvonne fired because of the incident between us, but Poki later does for other reasons." So most of this document is explaining his side of the story and responding to Pokimane's live stream that she did back in the summer, discussing her feelings and experience with Fedmeister. And now that we have this document now, this is proving so much more that whatever Pokimane said in her live stream was completely wrong. Just from that live stream, she is painting him way worse than he should ever. And plus, she left out so much context and information that this document is going to give us and tell us about what really happened. So let's have a look at what Pokimane said about Fedmeister in her live stream.
And Fed was by far the closest friend I had, like within OTV, and just a very, very close friend to me in general. Um, albeit having a very, very complicated dynamic. We were super close.
Wait, Pokey, what is complicated dynamic supposed to mean? Any clue? No? I don't either. Anyways, let's look at some of the text messages that were between Fed and Pokimane. Lol, I got lost in thought. You legit hear everything. Ah, oh my god, lost in thought? Yeah. I haven't started taking care of myself, you know. I will commence shortly. Peace emoji. Peace emoji? More like fist emoji. What is that? You guys having a thing over there? You guys talking about some things that you guys are going to be doing to each other? Nice. I'm still embarrassed, by the way. Decided I'll never close my door ever again, if you know what I mean. So you're saying I could just walk in right now? I hear you. I don't think you know what I mean, hee. I think I might have to come in so you can elaborate. Or maybe I'm talking about it. Or what I'm talking about. Never mind. Haha. If you must, literally locked. Oops. Jebaited. That's unfortunate. Ha. I feel like I can sense your frustration. Check again. Yeah. Yep. This sounds like just friends. You know, to me, it just sounds like, you know, just two little friends. Just, you know, talking about, you know, some things that people in a relationship might talk about. But this is the first section of text messages. There are way more. Also, of what Pokey says makes Fed look like a total creep of what she said, even in her stream. She didn't even give enough context of what really happened.
During this time, where I felt distanced from everyone else, me and Fed would have many issues. One of the more prominent ones revolved around an incident where we threw a house party. Some of you guys know we just throw house parties sometimes. And he knew that there was someone coming to the house party that I was really looking forward to seeing and getting to know. And when that guy came to the house party, or arrived at the party, Fed kind of stuck to him like glue all night. But from my perspective, I was like, oh, like, that's nice, you know, my close friend and this guy that I want to get to know, like, they're getting along so well. That's really nice to see. Even though I was a bit sad that I couldn't actually talk to the guy, but whatever. Later that night, after the party ended, I texted this guy. And I was like, oh, kind of sucks, like, we didn't get to hang out. And he was like, yeah, you seemed really busy. And I was like, me busy? Like, you and Fed were, you know, two peas in a pod all night. And he goes, oh, yeah, like, what's going on with you guys? And I was like, what do you mean, what's going on? And the guy informed me that Fed told him that we were together when we weren't, and that he told the guy not to tell anyone, not to talk to anyone about it, not to talk to me about it. And that was the first time that Fed just like massively broke my trust, and I could never trust him or look at him the same way. And I'm very grateful that the guy in question told me this, even though Fed told him not to. And then I retroactively asked someone else from kind of the past whether Fed had said something similar to him, and they did. And I very recently, just today, found out that he said the same thing to another guy. And the guy I found out about today was someone else that like I was seeing or wanting to get to know.
Just from these clips, it looks like that Fed is, it just sounds like Fed is jealous and like, you know, a close friend, you know, who's really, you know, who really doesn't like being in the friend zone. And here, hold on. I understand being in the friend zone by somebody, it hurts, you know, sometimes it really, it hurts. It can really hurt you mentally. It'd be like, oh man, well, I just got friend zoned. Now what am I gonna do? You're gonna just, it's gonna hurt you. But the problem with that is like, No one even knew that Pokey and Fedmeister were even a thing in the first place. But there are even more information, context, things in this document. Let's go over more about Fedmeister and Pokimane's relation. During the Taiwan trip, February 14th, 2018, Pokey and I got really close. A lot of good moments came from that trip. I felt like a honeymoon phase of getting to know someone, and that's what it was. This was the first time we talked and looked at each other differently. We discussed some pretty personal things like work ethic, drive, and dream. It was really cool, and then on stream we could do our own thing. We weren't at all playing it up for content, at least I wasn't. And Fed shows even more text between him and Pokey. Pokey says, "I saw you wrote in chat, made me blushy." Pokimane sending a screenshot to Fed of Pokey talking to their manager who was talking about their relationship of Fed and Pokey. Oh my god, you're into it. You're feeling it. Pokey, your eyes. Glitterly. And you effing look at him like in a
adoration.
And then she puts a whole bunch of dots there. Yeah, this sounds like really close friends. Really, really does. Then Fed continues talking about they started to have sleepovers and just in general that he kind of just felt like they were definitely heading into a romantic direction. We became very flirty, especially through text, started to have occasional sleepovers, and just in general, we're definitely heading into a romantic direction. Then in that statement, Fed even shows even more text messages of them flirting. FML, F you, Temmie. Sorry she woke you. I just woke up. I'm too hot. I'm going to sleep in my room. I was gonna ask if I can come with, but it's okay. Good night. Sorry. Night. You can come with next time. Like I keep saying, man, it just doesn't this doesn't feel like just good friends. This is you're really painting Fed to be a good friend, which is wrong because there is something going on. Even just between these text messages, there is something going on. We can go in a little bit deeper because Fed adds even more context to the situation. April/May 2018. Pretty much the same as March, except she was traveling a lot. We texted and FaceTimed a lot. She would send messages like, "I miss you," and refer to me as Honey Bun. Or randomly call me cute and would still have sleepovers. And yet again, Fed shows more text messages. Fed, yes. Fed, yes, you cute, no you. And then she puts a smiley face, I guess. Hope your flight is going well. Miss you. Phone died. On my laptop. Oh, honey bun, I miss you too, Fetty. We'll be back soon. Don't worry. You have your passport? Yeah. Do you miss me already? Yes. And then she gives a heart and hug emoji. Honey wants to sleep over. That cool with you? Sorry, but not tonight. Tomorrow's a big day. As much as I want to sleep over with both honeys. Now you might be thinking, that image, you're like, both honeys, what does that mean? Underneath all these images, Fedmeister actually puts a description saying that Honey is her dog's name. And when she said both honeys, she was meaning Fedmeister as Honey, as a nickname for him. Doesn't sound like a friendship to me. It just sounds something like very, very, like, not just good friends, but just relationship. They were in there was something going on, man. Then we have next is that Fed goes on to talk about his first interaction that he had, that he accidentally told somebody that Pokey and him were actually together. So EDC came around and I was roommates with Josh. We're gonna call him that. That isn't his real name. At our Airbnb. Of course, it was pretty obvious to him. I was texting Pokey a lot, as well as FaceTiming her. He hasn't said a single thing about it yet, and it certainly already looked like something might have been going on to him. At some point he asked about us, so I said, there's something going on, yeah. But he didn't believe it, I think. So I asked our manager. Me, Pokey, Josh all share the same manager at the time. And she was well aware of how close me and Pokey were. I asked her, do you know about me and Pokey, right? And she confirmed it. So in my mind, I felt like I was being honest and doing the right thing. But it was one of my first major mistakes. For me, I feel like Fed is like, telling the truth. Because, like, I mean, if you go talk to somebody else, like a friend or a family member, and you're like, dude, I really like this girl, or I really like this person, or whatever, like, I think it's fine. Because if you guys are texting like this, I feel like you guys are in a relationship already. Like, you guys like each other, like, pretty much, like, a lot. So what I think is that Fed actually told the truth. But what did Pokey do?
Later that night, after the party ended, I texted this guy. And I was like, oh, kind of sucks, like, we didn't get to hang out. And he was like, yeah, you seemed really busy. And I was like, me busy? Like, you and Fed were, you know, two peas in a pod all night. And he goes, oh, yeah, like, what's going on with you guys? And I was like, what do you mean, what's going on?
I don't know. It sounds like Pokey wanted to find Fed, like, you know, kind of weird, if you ask me. But then Fed shows even more screenshots of him and Pokey talking about, should Fed keep this a secret? Because he was using the word, like, babe or baby. Something like that. Let's just see what she has to say. Waiting. Hey, I'm ready. Yay, you won. Wonder if I can call you and watch at the same time. I think so. Just got Wi-Fi. Fed, quick question. Yes, what's up? Are you calling me baby in front of others? No, I'm surprised that you're calling me baby at all. I'm sorry if it bothers you. That's my favorite pet name. And it's boyfriend restricted. It's cute though, but I worry if we were acting too gay? Lamau, you're cute. What? Yeah, I'm as clueless as you are. Sorry, I'll stop. It's okay. Just, you're allowed like 2 a week, like an allowance. Ha 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 ha. I'm going to go into fat debt. I'm lucky to have you, someone who accepts me as a whole. Oh man. Oh boy. If relationship. It sounds like a relationship. This isn't just close friends at all. Like, this is nothing like close friends. For me, it just sounds like Pokey is trying to, like, be very overprotective and just tell, you know, Fed what to do and just keep it all a secret. But then after Fed shows even more and more text messages, which this is too much for me, man. Like, I don't even know, man. This is a lot of text messages showing Pokimane just really messing with Fed's head. I do feel like I need to understand the boys scene a little bit more before being ready to commit. Maybe date around or something. I don't know. Chilling for now. I do think you're wonderful though, but you know how I feel about it all. You still want to date around just so I understand correctly? I feel like I should. Damn, all right. Like that just hurt. Like you guys are just like people go through this stuff all the time, man. Like you're talking to somebody you really like, and then like it just drops for you, man. It really just drops for you, and they're just like, maybe I should just you know, rethink this stuff and try something else. It hurts. It really does hurt, and it can really hurt you mentally. Don't you think you should too? As much as I enjoy being with you, and as much comforting as it is, seems a little rushed after our past. Maybe you've gone to date around more than me, with Shelby and whoever else. But for me, I don't know. And again, taking the step with you is a big deal. With work and little Stitch, it's really hard for me to figure out what the right move is. But I don't know. We can sit on it more. I'm too weak for this conversation right now. I got the week figured out. Weak? I don't know. I care about you a lot, so this hurts to hear. I'm not interested in anyone else. I feel like at home with you, man. That's it can get you, man. It can get you. But wait, there's more. I feel like that way with you too, but I want to make sure it's an honest feeling and not a feeling of habit. If that makes sense. Either way, don't worry about it. We'll talk about more tomorrow. Don't need to figure everything out immediately. I really gotta sleep though. I'll talk to you sometime tomorrow. Really, don't worry, heart. I don't think Pokey understands that from a guy hearing this, it really can just mess up your head and just make us feel like, did we do something wrong? Are we even good for that relationship? Did I do something wrong? Do I need to improve on something? And it's good to be in your mind for a while, because you're just going to constantly think about it, on what you did and how you can improve. Then after that, Fed also explains all these texts go back and forth. By now you can tell that there is a circle of talking again, and then, oh wait, there's a problem. The cycle continues throughout the years, and every time it didn't work out, I think I lost part of myself. More and more, I started to realize maybe I'm not good enough. I don't blame Fed, because a lot of people like go through this kind of stuff. And like a lot of relationships are like, oh yeah, we're super good together. We're going to be here forever. We're going to be together forever. And then like, I don't know, 6 months passed, a year passed. And then they're going to be like, there's a problem. In relationship, there's a problem. There's a problem here. And it goes off and on, off and on. And that's what Fed is trying to explain, is that they act all flirty. And then like after like a few months or so, then she's like, there's a problem. There's a problem between us, blah, blah, blah. And she keeps pushing that over and over. And that can really, really hurt you mentally, because if you keep thinking about that, you're going to be like, okay, the relationship's good. The relationship's good. And then like a month after, out of random, she'll just say like, yeah, there's a problem. I don't know about this. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how you feel. It just goes back and forth way too many times. And that's how Fed is feeling. Anyways, we get to the point where Pokey literally flat out lied about seeing a third guy that she wanted to know and get to see.
I very recently, just today, found out that he said the same thing to another guy. And the guy I found out about today was someone else that like I was seeing or wanting to get to know.
I never said that to any other guy or person. In her stream, she claims that I told another guy. I know who she's referring to because she texted me the other day. She did this stream that she reached out to him. I've only spoken to John. That's what we're going to call him for anonymous sake, as he says. The only thing we ever talked about was his vlog equipment and camera. We never talked about our relationship with Pokey. He might have deduced that we could have been seeing each other because we came together and sat next to each other in the movie theater. But I never said a thing about us to him. I'm fine of taking responsibility and accountability for the things I've done, but I want to be judged on the truth, not lies. It's quite crazy to see what Fed showed about his relationship with Pokimane. But what Fed has done is that he said that he actually has taken responsibility and accountability for the things that he has done in the past and for these allegations that are being made about him. Which makes me think I want to believe Fed a lot more than Pokimane, because Pokimane left out so much context, which is absolutely absurd, of making that man's career just plummet. Here's another special thing about this document. There's a whole another accusation that they put onto Fed. He was accused of that Fed wanted to get one of the members of Offline TV kicked out, which was Yvonne.
I want to put a huge emphasis on this. The way he shit-talked Yvonne and Lily to me and others, particularly, I will just recount my experience, is so frustrating knowing what happened between them. The Yvonne incident happened and Fed would start talking to me. I'm so sorry for being emotional. He would talk to me about how Yvonne was lazy and not working enough and playing League all the time. And I was concerned. And he would say, oh, she like won't work on OTV stuff with me or brainstorm and blah, blah, blah. And this discussion got to the point of us almost letting Yvonne go from the company.
Well, guess what? There's even more text messages. In these text messages, showed that Pokimane was the one that did want Yvonne to be kicked out. The first section of text messages are between Pokey and Lily, which is another Offline TV member, and then Pokey showed these to Fed. Do you have 5 minutes to text chat? Yeah. Quarantine has made it very apparent that offline TV isn't really led or prioritized by anyone, I guess. I don't mean like talent doesn't care about it because our jobs is to be talent. You mean like Chris Chan, but not shitty? And I know Fed is partial talent, so he's focused on streaming. Yeah, exactly. And it also made me realize Yvonne is 90% of content creator now, which is great for her if that makes her happy for real. But also offline TV is left in the dust a little. What do you think? Then after that, Fed shows these text messages between Pokey and himself talking about Yvonne. When I really thought about it, like, why did we hire Amanda? I see. When Yvonne is supposed to be Amanda, but in the house. Yeah, I feel you on that. But to be honest, I thought you were cool with her going the route when we moved. Like, she started her YouTube and everything because us were cool with it. We agreed, like, content creation was not the route, but that she likes to stream on the side, but offline TV is the main thing. But now it's like sponsor deals, YouTube channels, etc. It's very weird in my opinion. So pretty much it shows that clearly that Fed is trying to defend Yvonne, not trying to kick her out as Pokimane has said before, but defending Yvonne as a content creator that she wants to do her own thing. And then we have Pokimane saying this. So I think we need to get together and make some solid decisions as a group, or else the decisions will force themselves onto us down the road. For example, if we got someone to help manage, what happens to Yvonne? Isn't that a weird thought? Yeah, you're definitely defending your friend here. Your lovely friend. You're respecting her and doing all these things for her, doing everything else like that. You're totally not trying to kick her out or anything. Not at all. No. But yet, there's even more to talk about. Had a long talk with Yvonne. Also had dinner with Michael. Update me. I made a big decision as well. He wanted to see/help offline TV succeed and wants to move in at some point. He's down. Whoa, for real? Yvonne wants to move out, still manage offline TV, and still stream and league. Question, Yvonne wants to move out and still manage offline TV and still stream and league? I don't get that. Best of all worlds wasn't an option. So you're telling me of what you said earlier is that Fedmeister was the one that was disrespecting, Yvonne and Lily? Was it really?
The way he shit talked Yvonne and Lily to me.
I'm okay with that, sorta. I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way. She got lazy and she's gonna move out and just take care of offline TV stuff she wants to do. It's like we're working around her. For me, it's like, okay, but let's look for better people. If a biz dev comes in and wants to do what Yvonne does on top of everything, I'm gonna say yes. That's my ideal. Oh, so it was you that was the one that was shit talking their bags. What a surprise. And yet Pokimane still acts like she is the innocent one out of this whole situation, even though there is text proof of her pretty much shit talking behind her friends' backs, or so-called friends. I didn't really hear much about this story when this really did happen back in the summertime. And there always has to be two sides of the story. And there really wasn't a side to the story for Fedmeister. Pokimane really just took her side, and that was the only side. There was no two sides of the story. But then since this document came out, now we actually have two sides of the story. From what Pokimane has said, things just don't match up from what is on the document. And the document has physical images, proof, and that's what we wanted. We wanted proof. We wanted something, because nothing made sense. For what Pokimane said in her live stream during the summer and this document, none of these make sense at all. They do not make the same story. What I feel like is that Fedmeister is acting like more of the adult in this situation, because he said that he's taking accountability and responsibilities that he has ever done for any of these situations and anything that he's done in the past, and these accusations that are on him right now. He is telling the truth, and where Pokimane is just pretty much just saying flat out lies that are just not happening at all. Pokimane needs to take accountability for her actions and explain truthfully why she left out so much information, because it just doesn't make any sense. Why leave out so much information? Is there something that you don't like about Fedmeister that you pretty much was just like, I'm gonna ruin this person's career? Something just doesn't feel right. Why leave out so much of that context and that information? I feel like it was a good thing that this document came out, because it really shows a side of Pokimane that we don't see ever. Anyways, guys, this is going to be the first part of the whole situation, because as of this recording, Pokimane actually reacted to the document that was actually leaked. So we'll get a chance to get that as soon as possible. But if you guys actually like the video, give it a like. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. It will help the channel a lot. And leave a comment what you guys really think about the situation, because I would like to know you guys' opinions, because I like having discussions with you guys about serious, like, kind of topics. There's a lot of like open minds right now, even though it's a big situation between public figures. All my social media links are down in the description below. So my Discord, Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. I'm mostly active on Twitter a lot. Join the Discord to have some conversations and stuff like that with me and other people. And pretty much everything else that's in the description. Go check that out. And I hope all of you guys have a fantastic day. And I'll see you around.